Yobelim, Jubilees, chapter 5. And it came to be when the children of men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born to them, that the messengers of Elohim saw them on a certain year of this Yovel, that they were lovely to look upon, and they took themselves wives of all whom they chose, and they bore unto them sons, and they were giants. And lawlessness increased on the earth, and all flesh corrupted its way alike, men and cattle and beasts and birds and all that walks on the earth. All of them corrupted their ways and their orders, and they began to devour each other, and lawlessness increased on the earth, and every imagination of the thoughts of all men was only evil continually. And Elohim looked upon the earth, and see, it was corrupt, and all flesh had corrupted its orders, and all that were upon the earth had wrought all kinds of evil before his eyes. And he said, I shall destroy man and all flesh upon the face of the earth which I have created. But Noah found favor before the eyes of Yahweh, and against the messengers whom he had sent upon the earth he was exceedingly wroth, and he gave a command to root them out of all their reign, and he commanded us to bind them in the depths of the earth, and see, they are bound in the midst of it, and are kept separate. And against their sons went forth a command from before his face, that they should be smitten with the sword, and be removed from under the Shamayim. And he said, Your spirit shall not always abide on man, for they also are flesh, and their days shall be 120 years. And he sent his sword into their midst, that each should slay his neighbor. And they began to slay each other till they all fell by the sword, and were destroyed from the earth. And their fathers were witnesses of their destruction, and after this they were bound in the depths of the earth forever, until the day of the great condemnation, when judgment is executed on all those who have corrupted their ways and their works before Yahweh. And he destroyed all from their places, and not one remained of them whom he did not judge according to all their wickedness. And he appointed for all his works a new and righteous nature, so that they should not sin in their whole nature forever, but should be all righteous, each in his kind always. And the judgment of all is ordained and written on the tablets of the Shamayim in righteousness, even the judgment of all who depart from the path which is ordained for them to walk in. And if they do not walk therein, judgment is written down for every creature and for every kind. And there is none in the Shamayim, or on earth, or in light, or in darkness, or in the grave, or in the depth, or in the place of darkness, which is not judged, and all their judgments are ordained and written and engraved. In regard to all he shall rightly rule, the great according to his greatness, and the small according to his smallness, and each according to his way. And he is not one who shall regard the face of any, nor is he one who shall receive bribes. If he says that he shall execute judgment on each, if one gave all that is on the earth, he shall not regard the bribes or the face of any, nor accept any matter at his hands, for he is a righteous judge. And of the children of Yisrael it has been written and ordained, if they turn to him in righteousness, he shall forgive all their transgressions and pardon all their sins. It is written and ordained that he shall show kindness to all who turn from all their guilt once each year. And as for all those who corrupted their ways and their thoughts before the flood, no man's face was accepted except that of Noah alone, for his face was accepted in behalf of his sons, whom Elohim saved from the waters of the flood on his account. For his heart was righteous in all his ways, accordingly as it was commanded regarding him, and he had not departed from any matter that was ordained for him. And Yahweh said that he would destroy all which was upon the earth, both men and cattle and beasts and birds of the air and that which moves on the earth. And he commanded Noah to make himself an ark, that he might save himself from the waters of the flood. And Noah made the ark in all respects as he commanded him, in the 27th Yovel of years, in the 5th week, in the 5th year, on the new moon of the 1st month. And he entered in the 6th year, in the 2nd month, on the new moon of the 2nd month, till the 16th. And he entered, and all that we brought to him into the ark, and Yahweh closed it from without on the 17th evening. And Yahweh opened 7 windows of the Shamayim, and the mouths of the fountains of the great deep, 7 mouths in number. And the windows began to pour down water from the Shamayim 40 days and 40 nights. And the fountains of the deep also sent up waters until the whole earth was filled with water. And the waters increased upon the earth 15 amah. The waters rose above all the high mountains, and the ark was lifted up above the earth, and it moved upon the face of the waters. And the waters were mighty on the face of the earth 5 months, 150 days. And the ark went and rested on the top of Lubar, one of the mountains of Ararat. And on the new moon, in the 4th month, the fountains of the great deep were closed, and the windows of the Shamayim were restrained. And on the new moon of the 7th month, all the mouths of the abysses of the earth were open, and the water began to descend into the deep below. And on the new moon of the 10th month, the tops of the mountains were visible. And on the new moon of the 1st month, the earth became visible. And the waters disappeared from above the earth in the 5th week in the 7th year. And on the 17th day in the 2nd month, the earth was dry. And on the 27th, he opened the ark and sent out from it beasts and cattle and birds and every moving creature. Yobelim, Jubilees, chapter 6. And on the new moon of the 3rd month, he went out from the ark and built an altar on the mountain. And he made atonement for the earth, and took a young goat, and made atonement with its blood for all the guilt of the earth. For all that had been on it had been destroyed, except those that were in the ark with Noah. And he placed the fat of it on the altar. And he took a bull, and a goat, and a male goat, and salt, and a turtle dove, and the young pigeon, and placed a burnt offering on the altar, and poured an offering on it mixed with oil, and sprinkled wine, and spread frankincense over all, and caused a sweet fragrance to arise, acceptable before Yahweh. And Yahweh smelled the sweet fragrance, and he made a covenant with him, that there should no longer be a flood to destroy the earth. That all the days of the earth, seed time and harvest, should never cease. Cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night should not change their order, nor cease forever. And you increase and multiply upon the earth, and become numerous upon it, and be a berakah upon it. The fear of you and the dread of you I shall inspire in all that is on earth and in the sea. And see, I have given to you all beasts, and all flying creatures, and all that moves on the earth, and the fish in the waters, and all matters for food. As the green plants I have given you all matters to eat. But flesh with its life, with the blood you shall not eat. For the life of all flesh is in the blood, lest your blood of your lives be required. At the hand of every man, at the hand of every beast, I shall require the blood of man. Whoever sheds man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of Elohim he made man. And you increase and multiply on the earth. And Noah and his sons swore that they would not eat any blood that was in any flesh, and he made a covenant before Yahweh Elohim forever throughout all the generations of the earth in this month. On this account he spoke to you that you should make a covenant with the children of Yisrael in this month upon the mountain with an oath, that you should sprinkle blood upon them because of all the words of the covenant which Yahweh made with them forever. And this witness is written concerning you, that you should observe it continually, so that you should not eat on any day any blood of beasts or birds or cattle during all the days of the earth. And the man who eats the blood of beast or of cattle or of birds during all the days of the earth, he and his seed shall be rooted out of the land. And you shall command the children of Yisrael to eat no blood, so that their names and their seed may be before Yahweh our Elohim continually. And for this law there is no limit of days, for it is forever. They shall observe it throughout their generations, so that they may continue atonement on your behalf with blood before the altar. Every day and at the time of morning and evening they shall seek forgiveness on your behalf continually before Yahweh, that they may keep it and not be rooted out. And he gave to Noah and his sons a sign that there should not be a flood on the earth again. He placed his rainbow in the cloud for a sign of the everlasting covenant, that there should not be a flood again on the earth to destroy it all the days of the earth. For this reason it is ordained and written on the tablets of the Shamayim that they should celebrate the festival of Shavuot in this month once a year, to renew the covenant every year. And this whole festival was celebrated in the Shamayim from the day of creation till the days of Noah, 26 Yobelim and 5 weeks of years. And Noah and his sons observed it for 7 Yobelim and 1 week of years, till the day of Noah's death. And from the day of Noah's death his sons forsook it until the days of Abraham, and they ate blood. But Abraham observed it, and Yitzchak and Yaakov and his children observed it up to your days. And in your days the children of Yisrael forgot it, until you celebrated it anew on this mountain. And you shall command the children of Yisrael to observe this festival in all their generations, for a command unto them. 1 day in the year in this month they shall celebrate the festival. For it is the festival of Shavuot and the feast of first fruits. This feast is twofold and of a double nature, according to what is written and engraved concerning it. Celebrate it. For I have written in the book of the first Torah, in that which I have written for you, that you should celebrate it in its season, 1 day in the year. And I explain to you its slaughterings, that the children of Yisrael should remember and should celebrate it throughout their generations in this month, 1 day in every year. And on the new moon of the 1st month, and on the new moon of the 4th month, and on the new moon of the 7th month, and on the new moon of the 10th month are the days of remembrance and the days of the seasons in the 4 divisions of the year. These are written and ordained as a witness forever. And Noah ordained them for himself as festivals for the generations forever, so that they have become thereby a memorial to him. And on the new moon of the 1st month he was told to make an ark. And on that day the earth became dry, and he opened the ark and saw the earth. And on the new moon of the 4th month the mouths of the depths of the abysses beneath were closed. And on the new moon of the 7th month all the mouths of the abysses of the earth were opened, and the waters began to descend into them. And on the new moon of the 10th month the tops of the mountains were seen, and Noah was glad. And on account of this he ordained them for himself as festivals for a memorial forever, and thus are they ordained. And they placed them on the tablets of the Shamayim. Each had 13 weeks. Their memorial passed from one to another, from the 1st to the 2nd, and from the 2nd to the 3rd, and from the 3rd to the 4th. And all the days of the command shall be 52 weeks of days, and these shall make the entire year complete. Thus it is engraved and ordained on the tablets of the Shamayim, and there is no neglecting this command for a single year or from year to year. And you shall command the children of Yisrael that they observe the years according to this reckoning, 364 days, and these shall constitute a complete year, and they shall not disturb its time from its days and from its festivals. For all shall fall out in them according to their witness, and they shall not leave out any day nor disturb any festivals. But if they neglect and do not observe them according to his command, then they shall disturb all their seasons, and the years shall be dislodged from this order, and they shall neglect their laws. And all the children of Yisrael shall forget, and shall not find the path of the years, and shall forget the new moons and seasons and Shabbatot, and they shall go astray as to all the order of the years. For I know, and from this time on I shall declare it to you, and it is not of my own devising, for the book is written before me. And on the tablets of the Shamayim the division of days is ordained, lest they forget the festivals of the covenant and walk according to the festivals of the Gentiles, after their straying and after their ignorance. For there shall be those who shall assuredly make observations of the moon. Now it disturbs the seasons, and comes in from year to year 10 days too soon. For this reason the years shall come upon them when they shall disturb the order, and make an abominable day the day of witness, and an unclean day a feast day, and they shall confuse all the days, the qadosh with the unclean, and the unclean day with the qadosh. For they shall go astray as to the months and Shabbatot and festivals and Yobelim. For this reason I command and witness to you, that you may witness to them. For after your death your children shall confuse them, so that they shall not make the year 364 days only. And for this reason they shall go astray as to the new moons and seasons and Shabbatot and festivals, and they shall eat all kinds of blood with all kinds of flesh.